Welcome to the Great Girlfriends podcast, where we discuss life, love, laughter, and everything in between. We're your hosts. I'm Sybil Amuti.
And I'm Brandis Daniel.
What's up, great girlfriends?
Great girlfriends. I'm telling them, Sybil.
Always one.
We are recording this episode at 9:28 at night, and everybody knows that I'm in the bed by 9 o'clock.
Everyone knows that Mabel goes to bed at 9. Yes.
And what time were we supposed to record this episode, Sybil?
Oh, we were supposed to record around 4.
Okay.
Actually, technically, we were supposed to record earlier today. However, you kept rambling on and on in our early meeting.
Oh, please. Sybil and I actually, guys, we're planning out a fantastic end of our 2016.
Yes.
And we're working on 2017. So we have literally been in a planning meeting all day long.
All day. And it was fun because a lot of stuff that we talked about last year, we're seeing, like, it all birthed.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It all like, happened.
Can I tell them some stuff, Sybil? I'll have to hold it.
Here we go. I know she can't hold water.
I can't hold water. I get excited. I have to tell it.
She can't hold water. Don't tell her no deep dark secrets because she's like, can I share?
No, I'm a vault with secrets. I'm a vault.
You are a vault with a secret. Right. Okay, tell them one thing.
So, the Great Girlfriends is launching a book.
Are we launching a book?
We're writing a book. And that's amazing.
Oh, we are. We're writing a book. And it's fun because I get to be writing partners with Brandis Daniel, who is just crazy and fun in every way. So I'm excited.
This is going to be good. So we're putting ourselves up against a very aggressive deadline for this book, but we're super excited. It's something we've been wanting to do literally since last year when we started the podcast. So be on the lookout for the Great Girlfriends book.
That's right. Be on the lookout. Don't miss it.
How was your weekend, Sybil?
Oh my gosh, my weekend was so amazing. It was everything and nothing at the same time. Did you see my Baywatch run?
I just saw it. I totally missed it. Sybil was on fire in the Facebook group. I missed all of it. I loved it. You were so Baywatch.
I was trying to stay connected. I was like, you know what? Let me take the great girlfriends on this road trip with me. Let me take them to the beach. I was trying. So if you're in our Facebook group, you have a chance to like get some little snippets from stuff that was happening this weekend. But my weekend was really beautiful. I needed the rest.
I know.
I need the rest. I need the time. What about yours?
The beach looked beautiful. There's this picture that Sybil has up in the group of her and the whole family. Everybody kept commenting. It looked like a post. It looked like an advertisement.
I love it.
It's so cute.
Photo.
I love that photo.
That's my new favorite because I feel like it just captured all the spirit of us.
You need to put that on the Great Girlfriends website.
You think so?
Yes.
Why? What would I say?
We need a galleries page.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We need to talk. Speaking of which, we should talk to our graphic designer about that. And I just want to say, you know, guys, we've integrated so many new things. So if you've been with us, you've heard this, the show transition from the beginning when we had to figure out our name. And
yes.
we love the name that I had already created that Brandis was trying to reject.
Gosh. Oh, Lord.
And now we're integrating partnership advertising. So we get to promote brands that we really, really love right here on our personal platform. And our favorite brand or our favorite creative direction and creative director brand would be 113 Design.
Absolutely. All of the Great Girlfriends logo, all of our website, all of the beautiful material that you guys see that we have has all been birthed out of 113 Design. And 113 Design actually did the very first logo for Harlem's Fashion Row as well.
Yeah.
And really helped create our brand identity. So they are absolutely amazing. You guys can check them out on One, which is ONE, right?
ONE 13 one3design.com. one3design.com. And I really love the fact that Kwaku and his team work really hard as visual artists to interpret the vision for any project or any like brand or concept or anything that you're launching or activation. And he has a way of really making it come alive with color, with texture, with feel. Everything just looks amazing. Like
absolutely.
Right. I mean, he will take some granny panties and turn them into some Victoria's Secret.
La Perla. Right? La Perla, girl. La Perla.
Right. Let me, come on, upgrade me into La Perla. Yes.
Oh, I love it. It was so funny this weekend. Rich and I were walking by La Perla.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, babe.
He pushed you in the door?
No. I told him, I was like, wait a minute. I just realized you have never bought me La Perla.
Until that moment.
Nope.
No?
He was like, why would I buy La Perla?
I mean, and Brandes, keep in mind, if you guys know anything about Brandes' history, she has in her basement, like, what she had, because I actually didn't even get mine, but anyway, I'm going to leave it alone. She had a box, had to be like a 5x5, full of lingerie. So he's right. I mean,
you have to give people the backstory on that. They're gonna be like, "Why does Brandes have a huge box?"
Brandes used to work for a merchandising company who specialized in lingerie, and so she had a lot of material goods that were left over from those days, all fabulous and all premium lingerie goods. And I totally understand why Rich would be like, "Let's save that money, and I'll put that on the room." You wear something out the box. But I'm going to ask this question. How many wives have a lingerie box that you got to blow dust off of?
Ooh.
Girl. Because you don't always want to go in the box. But you know.
I know. Hilarious.
That's another episode, though. Today.
That's a whole nother episode. So today we're really excited about our topic.
What's our topic?
Because our topic is about letting it go and being free.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It feels good just to even say that.
It feels good to say that I'm being free.
Yeah. And let it go.
Yes. Let it go.
Yeah. I think, right now our cultural climate is intense, right? I mean, we're in the middle of convention time, so we just ended the Republican National Convention. Now the Democratic National Convention is taking place. We're sitting on the backside of a lot of civil unrest around the country between race relations, and a lot of people have a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear, and globally, there's so many things happening around. I mean, Turkey, come on.
Right.
They're in full war. There's a lot going on that's rising to the surface right now. So, but it's really important right now, especially in these heavy times, to have a light heart. And I know it seems impossible, but it is possible. It is absolutely possible to be aware of what's going on and have a consciousness and have a light heart at the same time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's a lot, Sybil.
It is.
So you look at the news. You look at 1 hour of news.
Okay, so last week when I went on CNN and they do the 1 week in 33 pictures. Me being the curious mind that I am, flipped through all 33. Now, the first 5 pictures I should have just logged off because I knew it was going to be more devastation. But I just kept going, and I just found myself overwhelmed and feeling hopeless because of all the turmoil that I was seeing around the world. I mean, it really was painstaking. So there's a lot that's happening here in America on our soil, but I don't want to neglect the fact there's a lot going on globally. There's a lot of tension, political tension, and so forth, just social tension, and it really does make for some rainy days,
Yes, it's tough. And so, in addition to what's just kind of going on in culture, there's so many things, guys, that keep us totally bottled up. Like, you guys know, some of you right now, you're listening to this podcast and you have angst and anxiety, and your shoulders aren't relaxed.
Right.
You're like all tensed up, and you might not even know why.
Absolutely.
And some of you do know why. I had a conversation, what was it, last week, I think, with a young lady that was at my home, and we were talking, and she was telling me she's in the process of looking for the job that she really, really wants.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was talking to me, and she was like, I really should have taken this other job. There was one point in time where I had 2 opportunities, and I know God was leading me one way, but I ended up taking the other way. And she was literally, that one, what she called mistake, was something that she was holding over her own head. Like,
wow.
Literally condemning herself for, like, I shouldn't have done that. I knew I shouldn't have done that. It didn't even work out, da-da-da. And I was like, are you serious right now? Like,
yeah.
Are you seriously holding that one mistake over your head like that? I was like, girl, let it go. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's all a part of life. All of that. And God uses all of that.
Absolutely.
Like, he uses all of the things that we consider mistakes. He eventually uses those things, and those things sharpen us for the next thing. Every single time I make a mistake or make a decision that I wish I would have made another decision, I'm like, all right, maybe I chose the wrong thing now in this lighter situation to prepare me for a heavier situation.
That's true. Absolutely. I know for sure when we major in minors, like, we set ourselves back completely, and it makes it hard for us to. It makes it hard for us to see. For us to see clearly. And I know personally, when I start majoring in minors, I become like critical Christine. Everything irritates me. I start stacking irritations. Everything, and then here comes something new. And when you have little kids, you really cannot. You cannot be on tense like that. But when you start stacking and layering all these minors, this happened, then I missed the bus, and then, my job, and there's tension on my job, and then my kids, and then the school, and I haven't heard back from Dylan's school, or, and then I got to get my hair done, I got to pack before we leave for this trip, and whatever be the case, it starts to make you pressured, and all these minors become a major, and you find yourself just overwhelmed.
Yes. Right? Absolutely.
Before you look at, and next thing you know, you're tired.
Yep, you're exhausted. And it keeps you from moving, because a lot of times I know when I get really, really stressed about something, and sometimes for me it could be a lot. It could be a proposal. It can be something that feels so big that I have to get through, and it can paralyze you. Like,
Absolutely.
if you don't find a way to kind of let that stress and let that worry go, it can literally paralyze you, and you just end up doing nothing.
Absolutely. And you sit on it, and you wait for a moment where your mind is clear and where you've actually released. And so, to me, letting go equals releasing.
Yeah.
Releasing. It means releasing something that, sure, I can hold it, but I can't handle it.
Yeah.
So I have to be willing to say, all right, I have to release this thing mentally, because it's beyond my capacity to create the freedom that I want to have from the situation. So I need to just release my hold on it.
You know what I just thought about, Sid?
What?
Girl, our husbands.
Those dudes.
Because you can, like, literally let things just mount. It can be like a little small thing.
Come on.
And then especially if it's in the course of a day, and then a second small thing happens. Like, he turns on something that he know you don't want to watch on TV. And then it could be a third thing, like, really? You left that on the counter like you got it made? Yeah. And then it could be like, the third thing could be like,
Can you check your mail? Can you open your mail?
My husband thinks he has a nanny genie. So it could be like, calling on the nanny genie. Hey, I see the diaper. Where are the wipes?
Where are the wipes? Where you put the wipes? Where do you store the wipes? Why are you asking me?
Exactly. And then before you know it, you're like so irritable and on edge. And you're so ticked off at him. And it's all of these little bitty tiny things that just like mount up.
Yeah.
And you got a major attitude. And now he looking at you like, well, why you got an attitude?
So he don't understand what's wrong.
Right.
He's like, what's wrong with her today?
Right. And but we're laughing about it, but the messed up thing is over time those things melt up, Sid.
That's a divorce.
Yeah.
You're gonna cut ties with that, because you get overwhelmed and you do a different kind of release. You don't let it go mentally, you let the man go. You're like, I'm done dealing with X, Y, and Z, when all it was is a bunch of small things that could have been resolved if they were properly released.
Yes.
It's even like when you start thinking about what letting go equals, it equals releasing things. It also equals addressing things properly.
Right.
And last summer you did. Okay, last summer was a summer for the book, y'all. For me, I had so many things I was not releasing. Okay, and I was frustrated, and I was probably growing bitter in some areas. And Brandis was like, "I'm gonna book you 2 sessions with Liz. I'm gonna book you two sessions with Liz." And so, anyone who hasn't listened, Liz is a therapist that Brandis has worked with in the past and loves her dearly as someone who helps her through releasing and managing things that become insurmountable. Excuse me. And so I go to Liz, right, and I'm laying it out. I'm like, Liz, what Liz gonna do for this? Liz is gonna help me, because you need to sometimes, honestly, you need to be able to go to someone who can help you properly release things. One release will lead you to destructive ways, because you'll end up bitter, right? You think you let it go, but you just tucked it.
And bitterness makes you so unattractive.
Oh my gosh. I'm just saying. Unattractive.
To everybody.
Everyone. And then another release will allow you to feel the freedom and the liberation from not harboring anything in your heart. And that's what I was searching for. So I went to Liz, and I'm laying out every single issue with clarity. And I got my points down, and because I'm a victim. And Liz needs to know that I am a victim. Right? So I'm telling Liz all my circumstances and how I'm so offended by the things that were done to me. And I was like, thinking to Liz, and I was like, so she's going to give me these grand solutions of things I need to do 3 times a day, like a prescription. Liz looked at me, she said, you need to let it go.
What?
And I was like, excuse me?
What? You never told me that, Sybil. You never told me that.
Girl, Liz had the nerve to tell me to let it go.
You never told me that.
Oh my gosh. I was like, what? How do you let go? She was like, you let go. And I was like, no, that's not enough. I need a formula for letting go. So, and I did. And I harped on that for a while. I was like, and no, Brandis was sending me for 2 sessions. I went for 1. And I was like, I don't know if Liz is for me.
You sure did.
I don't know if Liz is I don't know if she and I are compatible.
Oh, God.
But for months, all I kept hearing in my head was to let it go. And then all of a sudden, all of these different ways that I needed to release things became more visible to me in my own way. But Liz was the one who helped me to see that I was irresponsibly releasing, and that I needed to have a manageable way. And my way came to me. Trust me, it came to me. God showed me things after that. But Liz was the one that opened that door by saying to me, let it go. I thought I had let it go. But if I could go to Liz with a full case, docket number 14172, come on. Liz is like, you got a full legal brief. You know what I mean?
How you think you got to Liz?
How you think you got to? Because I had a full legal brief.
And I was like,
let go.
I don't know what else to do.
And Brandis didn't want to play Liz. She didn't feel like doing it anymore.
Let me tell you, I will listen and I will be there. But there's a point at which I'm like, I don't know what else I can do. However, I can pay for you to go to Liz.
She shipped me off to a therapist. But you know what was good about that? People are not supposed to take on your stuff, right? Like, we're supposed to have a balance and a boundary on how far we go with things. There's one thing for me to come to you and say, this is an issue that has another thing for me to harp on it day by day. Oh my God, and Brandis, and this is how I'm feeling today. And did I tell you this part? Girl, I forgot to tell you that part. That means I have not let it go. That means my heart is heavy. That means I'm majoring in minors. And that means that I'm overwhelmed and I'm feeling hopeless around this thing that's plaguing me.
But you never told me what Liz said. You know you never told me that.
Because it's confidential.
I'm just hearing it on this podcast.
I'll tell you straight. If you go to Liz, she's going to tell you let it go. That's what she's going to tell you, so. That's the secret sauce to therapy, letting it go.
Oh, God, that is so bad. But how did you let it go, though?
I really had to tune in to what my releases are. So for me, spirituality, my relationship with God is premium. Like,
right.
When I'm spending too much time talking to my friends and not enough time going to God and not enough time in prayer, not enough time, like just laying my heart before God, I always feel like I'm missing a piece. Because every time I do that, my friends can only give me so much. What they do is they pat me and they're like, for real, girl, and they'll give me Band-Aids, which are temporary solutions. But for me, I mean, I start preaching. I needed healing, and that God does that. A friend can't do that. So, I had to really get in touch spiritually with the things that I needed to do, which was me praying, staying in communication with God, and God gave me a specific prayer to pray over the situation that I was dealing with, and also keeping myself off of, keeping my mind meditated on things that were of value to me. I spent a lot of quality time in my, our thoughts are that they're the feeding ground for anything negative and positive.
What did we say? I think it was the last episode when we talked about how your thoughts and how they never spiral upward. They always spiral downward.
It's always a downward spiral. It is. And that's where it is. So, we know that our thoughts are the part that controls so much of our actions and our mindset, our behaviors, and our emotional health. So I had to capture control over my thoughts, and I had to really, really, adjust my meditation, which was, I'm not going to sit here and harp and think about the things that I missed or the circumstances or the betrayal that I went through. I'm going to focus on all the great things that are happening in my life.
Right.
And all the good things that God wants me to see that came out of the situation, that storm that I went through.
Yeah. And
I apologize to myself, and I stopped holding on to mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, because we do that a lot, girl. Like we there's so many things going right in our lives, and that one thing that's going wrong it'll take over. And I think it's human nature, but we have to kind of really fight that.
Well, think about this. You have a full, beautiful face, but you can have one pimple, and you're like, look at this pimple on my forehead. You know what I mean?
So true. And then we call it out to everybody.
You tell her, you see that pimple, girl?
We do. Girl, I wasn't going to come out because I got this pimple on my face. Nobody saw that pimple on your face.
Nobody saw it. Nobody's focusing on it, but we do it.
Yeah,
we do it.
It's
girl,
so true.
I gained a little weight, so this swimsuit don't quite fit the
right. It's so true.
We come up with things. And we decide that those things are majors, and it becomes a real issue, in the grand scheme of things.
That is so true.
So, I mean, what does letting go mean for you, Brandis?
I think letting go for me is trying to figure out like how to have a light heart. When I hold on to stuff, I feel like my heart is so heavy, and that's when like I feel kind of like that squeeze in my chest.
Yeah.
And I'm on edge about everything, and I start to see the negative in everything when I'm holding on to stuff, like the negative in people, the negative in situations. And so my big thing is like, how do I let go in a way where my heart is light?
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of intention.
Yeah.
Especially when certain things happen or when certain situations are going on. So for me, of course, like prayer is like number one for me. And sometimes like even in the morning when I pray first thing in the morning, it just releases so much for me. Mm-hmm. I can tell the difference when I pray in the morning with my prayer partners and when I don't. Like my day is a lot different. And another thing for me is I'm a water person. So for me, like just being around water is something about that just calms me. Yeah. So if I just literally like Battery Park in New York City is like one of my havens. Like I love it because it's just calming and soothing for me. Yeah. And so a lot of times on Sunday, Rich and I will take a drive, and people are always like, why do you guys go so far for brunch on Sundays? But for me, like that drive and seeing those trees, and there's this body of water that we pass. I don't even know the name of it, but it's like so beautiful. Yeah. And just being out there by that, for me, it just gives me peace and calm. And it's like on a Sunday, it's the perfect thing for me to do after experiencing a week long of whatever I've experienced. Yeah. So it's like honestly little practical things like that. Just being out in nature, like going to Central Park is a release for me. Yeah. Going on a walk, not a walk around Brooklyn. No, look, no shades of Brooklyn, but it just doesn't give me the release because there's so many things that are stimulating around here. Yeah. So it's like I have to get somewhere where there's like hardly any stimulation and where it's not causing me to really think about anything too deeply, where I'm just being.
Yeah. You have to come visit my house again. She hasn't been here in like 9 years.
Guys, let me tell you, if Sybil lived, I'm sorry. I know we got a lot of girlfriends in Jersey, so don't y'all kill me and start sending me little bad messages on Facebook and Twitter. But ever since I moved to New York, that has just not been my state. It's just not.
There's a beautiful trail that I keep wanting to take you on.
I know.
And when I say it's beautiful, y'all, that is my secret private place. I mean, I go back there and I just get lost in it because
it's beautiful.
It's so serene.
I haven't been on the trail, but your home and where it is so beautiful and serene.
Yeah, and it matters to me, like you said, to be able to have a place of solitude and a way, and to know when it's time to go and seek it out.
Right.
And that's an important piece of it. It's like, if we really want to let go, if we really want to create a proper release, we need to be able to identify when it's time to release.
Let me tell you something. Friday, I told you this already.
You release everybody.
I release everybody and everything. So on Friday, first of all, my week last week, I killed last week. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for last week.
Let me clap for you. Good job.
I killed it. I mean, when I got so much done, but I was sprinting last week to get stuff done. So by Friday, I was like crashing and burning. So I went to the WeWork office, Sybil, and asked me what I got done. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yes, don't be done.
That's it. I did like some phone calls, I did like some email responses, but I went there, I was supposed to do a proposal, which I just end up doing today. Mm-hmm. But I just could not get it together. I was literally like, I am so overwhelmed and so done right now. So I was supposed to meet some friends at Central Park. I was going to go get Sky from her granny's house, go take her to the park. And I'm walking and I'm like, I just need time for me. So I called her granny and was like, I'm not going to come pick Sky up. If you're okay with it, I'm going to go to the park by myself. And she was like, yeah, that's fine. I told you, just go ahead. But it was just like, I just needed a moment for me. I had just felt so overwhelmed. And that week had just, it had just drained me. And I just needed a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know what? Having that internal ticker that says, I need to shift energies. And I need to shift, like, mental states. And knowing that if you had taken that pressure, that rush that you were on into the weekend, your weekend would have been taxed because you would have felt drained. So I love how you cut off and you went to the park. And every mother had their baby. And Brandis was just looking beautiful on that blanket by herself.
And free.
I put a virtual image of Sky there, but seriously, that release was crucial, and it allows your light heart to say merry.
Yes.
And like your weekend, you said your weekend was amazing.
It was fabulous. I could put it on repeat. I could put it on repeat, girl. That was such a great weekend.
And we deserve that. Every single one of us, girlfriends, we each deserve to experience that skip in the park, that lightheartedness, the laughter when everybody else is crying. We need to be able to locate our joy.
Yes.
Because it's in there and it's not for anyone else to do. It's for us to cultivate it, right?
Absolutely. And the thing that you say about our thoughts. So, guys, girlfriends, I'm with you. I see the news. It's so freaking depressing. It just makes you want to go and move to an island and open up a surf shop, right?
Right.
But I have to intentionally start to think on, I think it's a verse in the Bible that talks about thinking on things that are lovely and thinking on things that are good and Things that are, actually says, think on things that are true, noble, things that are right, things that are pure, things that are lovely, things that are admirable. If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think on those things. Yeah. And I don't know, what verse does that come out of, Sybil? You know?
I think it's First Peter, and I'm trying to get the exact verse right.
But if you guys Google, think on these things, it'll come up. And that is intention. You have to, like, if you have to, go and look at your favorite place in the world and imagine yourself there. Like, go and look at your favorite movie. Right. If you need to look at your favorite movie, go look at your favorite movie. If you need to find something that makes you laugh, go find something that makes you laugh. But keep your heart light, because...
Real quick, it's Philippians 4:8.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. But keep your heart light. You know, it's like your children need your heart to be light. Your husband needs your heart to be light if you're married. Like, your friends need your heart to be light, because they don't need you snapping at them. Like... Your job.
And you need it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you need it. That's self-care. You need it just so that you can rest.
Yeah. And honestly, it just know, I mean, for me, I look at that and I assess a lot of times when I feel like that tension rising up from the inside, I have to stop and say, what is it that I'm holding on to? You know, there are definitely things that will come to you externally, but sometimes your mood just gets off, or sometimes you've been off for a minute, and you just don't feel like yourself, and you're not able to be productive like you want to, or even rest like you want to. You can't sleep. You're just up with just thoughts that are just circulating. Stop and assess it. What is it that you're feeling paralyzed by, or what is it that's causing you to feel a little bit of anxiety in your heart? You know what I mean? Because I think the most important part of our body we could guard is our heart. Because that protects us from saying things that are contradictory to what we believe and feel. Yeah. And that ultimately protects us from producing actions that contradict what we really think and feel.
It's so true. And on Saturday, I literally got in the tub. Like, God, y'all, women, y'all know. Girlfriends, y'all know that the tub is the answer on so many days.
It's true. The bath will do it.
But, you know, I just and I was like, I might take 2 baths today. Like, because I had Saturday to myself too. Don't be mad at me. New moms out there, don't be throwing stuff at me.
I know, right?
But no, it was just so, I mean, do what you have to do to give yourself that time. That's anything that's not, make sure it's not something that's full of destruction, but like, just take a bath. Like, take care of yourself. Honestly, the reason why we feel a lot of angst is because we are so neglected.
Yeah.
We have so neglected ourselves. Yeah. Our nails are looking a mess. Our toes are looking a mess. Our hair is looking a mess. We haven't gotten a massage in forever. We haven't worked out. We're eating a whole bunch of crap. Like,
yeah.
And all that stuff just adds up. And that may not be the thing for you, but whatever that thing is for you that makes you feel fantastic, do that.
Yeah.
You know, spend some time with your girlfriends. Nothing planned. Like, just have a night at the house, or do just whatever it takes to do, you know, to get to a place where you're just enjoying life.
That's right.
Do that.
Do that. Exactly. I love that, because the idea is not to run away from life, right? So we always know that if there are things that come up that need to be addressed, they definitely have to be handled in a mature and responsible way. But you won't be able to do that if you're not heart healthy.
Absolutely.
You know?
Okay, so Sybil, let's give our great girlfriends 3 solutions to letting it go. Number 1.
Of course you want me to do number 1. That's fine. No, number 1, I would say, honestly, is you have to practice forgiveness. Practice releasing. Like, that has to be your first line of defense. You have to say, I'm the first to forgive. I'm the first to release things. And that's not contingent upon anything going right. That's not contingent upon things working in your favor. That's just contingent upon you preserving your right to know that you can forgive without any pretense, without any anything that can hold you back, and that you can be free from a situation, even if something tries to plague you. So that for me, I would say is number one. Being the first one, always knowing that forgiveness is the first thing that I cultivate in my heart when things come my way. Whatever the source, I'm forgiving, and I'm quick to resolve things. Like, that's my mindset. Instead of harboring, instead of sitting on things, instead of meditating on them and sharing them with people, and going outside and trying to figure out the best ways, I'm going to locate internally the way, because forgiveness is how I handle. Number two, Brandis.
Well, we've already talked about Liz. So number two for me would be, sometimes you do need to just get it all out, because sometimes some of the things that you're holding on to, not in all cases, but sometimes they're ridiculous. Yeah. And sometimes it's a matter of just getting it out and talking through it, and like hearing yourself talk through it and releasing it in that way. Because sometimes we're holding stuff in and we never say it out loud. And so it feels a lot bigger than what it actually is. But when you actually talk through it to someone who I think it needs to be someone who's very objective. So I suggest a therapist, but whoever your person is, and really talk through it, you will realize that it's not as big as it seemed. A lot of times. Right. It's really not. I mean, I can't even tell you guys how many things I was holding on to around 2008, 2009 that I just had to let go of. And I did that just by talking it all the way through. I mean, family things. I was dealing with grief that I needed to let go of. I was dealing with old relationship drama that I needed to let go of. All kind of things that I was fear of success that I needed. Like, there was so many things that I was holding on to that I just had to let go. But I did that through talking to someone.
Nice.
And your number three.
Number three, I would honestly say, when I say pursue a light heart, pursue a light heart.
Like, yeah, that's good,
pursue a light heart. Decide that laughter works in your favor. Learn to count it all joy. Learn to find places that are quick ways for you to rescue and save your heart from being burdened. If it's like, for us, nature's a big deal. Brandon and I both love to go outdoors and take walks and go bike riding and enjoy the water and the beach and things like that. But create your list. What are your things that you do that help to keep your heart light? If it's being in good company, get in good company, but just decide that you're going to have a light heart. Like, I've decided a long time ago. Remember, my joy was almost snatched from me completely, and I wanted to end my life years ago. And when I look back over that, it was because my heart was so heavy. I had so much unforgiveness. I thought I forgave, but my heart was heavy, and I felt overwhelmed, and I felt hopeless. And I didn't know a way to relieve myself from the anxiety and the pressure that I felt. I just didn't know a way. And so I had to decide many, many years ago that joy was mine, that happiness was mine, that I deserved it, that circumstances would not, take that from me, that nothing could discredit God. Nothing can discredit God. You can't tell me two bad things about God. You're a liar if you do.
Right.
Because I had to make that decision, though. And so those things help me keep a light heart, that being in good company matters to me. So I make sure my company is pure, and then my conversations, empower me as best I can. And when I'm not, somebody's going to kick me in my butt, but my heart is going to be light, because I want to live to be 120 plus. And no matter what's going on in the world, no matter how dark and deep things get, because they are going to get worse before they get better. This. This is what the word says about the world. But no matter how hard things get out there, I can still believe that I have a place of solitude inside of me.
Absolutely. I love Pursue a Light Heart. That's
yes,
really
Pursue
good.
a Light Heart. I mean, it's available to you.
Right.
It's available. It's just being able to say, you know what, it's time for a bike ride. Brandon said it's time for bath number 2.
Right.
Right. It's time for me to pray. It's time for me to read. It's time for me to go meditate. It's time for me to go breathe. Go do yoga. Go work out or go, walk with a friend, whatever, pursue a light heart. Don't pursue anxiety and aggression and frustration. Pursue a light heart.
I love that. Well, ladies, there you have it. Your 3 tips to letting it go. And we just want to thank all of you guys for being so incredible. We have now reached 39,000 weekly listeners. And earlier today, I told Sybil that, we're in 119 cities. And she's like, no, Brandis, the number has been updated. We're now reaching 78?
78, yes, 178.
178 cities in the U.S. in addition to our global market. So thank you, ladies, so much.
So much.
And
I think that's crazy that we got to Croatia before we got to Wyoming. But we made it.
That is crazy. That is so crazy. So we want to thank our husbands who...
Wait a minute. Wait. Before you do that.
What?
OMG.
What?
By the time this airs, it'll be our anniversary.
Oh, my God.
How can we forget?
I don't know how we forget that.
We're the worst work wives ever.
Oh, my goodness. So
this Wednesday marks 1 year.
The Great Girlfriends will be celebrating 1 year.
Yes.
So I feel like we should have gave the Great Girlfriends a challenge for our 1 year.
We should have. It's not too late.
Y'all wish us happy anniversary on social. Tag the Great Girlfriends and we'll repost it.
We will repost it. Oh my gosh, happy anniversary, boo.
Happy anniversary, Sybil.
This has been one of the best years of my life.
Me too.
I've had so much fun with you.
Oh.
You make a good wife. You do. You make a good wife.
Y'all, Sybil wants something.
I want my something shiny from the challenge that I won. That's what I want.
Oh, Lord have mercy. No,
Anyway.
this has been like the best journey. Such an exciting, amazing journey. Unexpected journey.
Yes.
It was like a treat. It was a little treat that we got.
And I promise you all make it so amazing and so rewarding. And I mean, this is probably the most exciting part of the entire Great Girlfriends brand is doing the recordings, the podcasts, and hosting events and doing speaking engagements and being in front of you.
And meeting people who talk about how they listen. Candace said she was out of town and she was so excited because she got a chance to binge on 2 episodes. And I was like, oh my God, you listen every week? She was like, yes, I listen every. So thank you guys so much for just being amazing.
I know. Please keep sharing all the different testimonies with us because they matter.
They do matter. Please.
It helps us to know that people are getting results, and that's what we're here for. We're dedicated to doing what we do and creating excellence. So we just want to say we love you.
We love you. We love you so much.
We love you. Hubbies, we love you.
Hubbies, we love you. We're so blessed that you guys are so super supportive of everything that we do.
Yes, and Rich is officially, when I say officially my brother, y'all, he saw my hair so busted. I was like, Rich, now you know we family because what you just saw, the braid down the middle, child, so, no, I'm serious. Rich is like my brother for life now. For life. But thank you to our families and all of you girlfriends. Thank you for trusting us as your go-to source for everything life, love, and laughter.
Remember to check us out on Instagram,
The Great Girlfriends,
Facebook,
The Great Girlfriends,
Twitter,
_Great GFS,
and tell all your friends to visit our website at thegreatgirlfriends.com.
Make sure you post your questions online. You share with your friends. Keep listening
and keep being a great girlfriend.
I'm Sybil.
And I'm Brandis.
And we're signing off.
We love you guys. Happy anniversary.
Peace.